So, folks, today is Spanish Day. Welcome to the forum. So glad that you're here with us again. I'm Tammy Rivera, Executive Director and Lead Organizer for Southside Organizing Center, SOC or SOC. I just want to remind you guys that we have been with you since the beginning of the pandemic. We just can't be together in person because, as I'm sure a lot of you know, the 53215 zip code is still in a crisis level as far as contamination or positive cases of COVID. So, our office is found in that area. Lots of our personnel and lots of you guys want to avoid taking risks. So we keep serving you guys virtually. You can call us 414-672-8090, like always. You can send an email to soc@socmilwaukee.org, or you can visit our website, www.socmilwaukee.org, where we have lots of updates, information, especially everything that has to go with two very important points. First, coronavirus, so you can find virus information, resources, way that you can take action. And then also, you can find all of the information about all of the services and programs that we offer, and also what's happening with the election and the census. Very important too. So please take advantage of that service that we have for you. And of course, you can always communicate with us any of the social media outlets as well. So I don't have a mask on because I'm alone at home. And that's the way that you're going to see us. So don't think that we're not participating in taking the precautions that we need to make sure that everybody's health is protected. That comes first. It's very urgent, especially in our hearts. But I'm alone, and that's why you don't see me with a mask on. I want to share with you guys, we do need your help. We need a favor from you guys. At least 3 of you, please fill out our survey. We want to know what you guys think of the forum. We want to know your opinions. It's been about a month since we've started the new format. We want to know how it's going. Also, if you guys have ideas, how we can change things up, we want to hear that. We also need to be conscious of our sponsors. We have to show them that you guys are participating and giving us your opinion, your voice. So if I could get at least 3 of you, I can see how many people are with us today, but I can't see who. So say hi, give us a something in the chat. Also, I want to give you guys a legal disclaimer. The opinions and points of views that are shared today are not necessarily reflective of SOC. We are a certain type of organization, and we can only navigate in certain waters. Others we can't. So we have to give that disclaimer. The topic of today is the Aging Commission of Milwaukee County. It's a department, a service that I think lots of us don't have a lot of information about. So we are very grateful that they're with us today, explaining the function of their department in the community. So I'm going to give them the welcome in just a minute. But just to let you guys know, what is the theme of today? Because we have lots of themes that we talk about. Tomorrow, you want to be with us. We're going to give you the most recent updates about COVID. We have from the health department, the public health department, we have one of the directors or assistant directors. Claire Evers will be with us. And you guys really want to hear what is happening with COVID. And then Friday, we're going to have Ches Ordóñez, who is the director of the Human Rights Commission. And he has an announcement, super important, that you guys do not want to miss. So I want to remind you what I talked to you about the last week. You guys know that our dear member of the directive table, the president of the table, Jason Clearman, has passed away tragically. We had planned a vigil to celebrate everything, all of his sacrifices, his dedication last Friday. But because of the situation with COVID, there were some alerts from the governor and other information. We decided to wait until it was a safer time to get together. So for now, we will have an event, but we will let you know as soon as we know when it will be, so that you can come with your families, colleagues, and other community members to celebrate everything that he did and all the powerful, great things about Jason. But we're just going to have to wait a little to do it. So now I want to invite Cristina Huitron. Let's see if I said it right. She's with us. She is a specialist in taking care of people with dementia. Hello, Cristina. Hi, good afternoon, Timmy. Cristina, how do you say your last name? Let's see if I said it right. Huitron. Well, welcome. First time here with us. We're very grateful that you're here. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today. Super interesting. I have heard about the commission, but I don't know everything that you guys do. Let's just take a minute so that you can tell people that are listening, like what that you do in the commission. And if people have questions, please do not hesitate. Put them in the comments area. And that way we can ask Cristina to find out everything that we can about the commission. So, Cristina, explain a little bit about the commission. Of course, the Commission of Aging is made up of planning parts. We also have 16 different members. Right now, there's 4 vacant positions. So I also wanted to let you guys know that it's important that right now there aren't any Latino commissioners. It's also important to let you guys know that the executive of Milwaukee County, David Crowley, and all of Milwaukee County are actively looking for prospective, diverse people, because we want to have inclusion. And it's so important to have that Latino voice as part of the Commission of Aging. So they also want people from the commission to be people like the community that we serve, and we are part of the community, so we have to be included and to be part of the commission. Also, the members are named by the county executive. So after they're confirmed by the county supervisor, the commission itself is responsible for developing, implementing systems from human services and community service to residents in Milwaukee County from 60 or more years old. And the way that the representatives of the commission do that is that first, they make recommendations to the public officials, talking about public things, at state levels, federal levels. They also are in charge of making sure that there are enough funds that the services can continue and expand where it's needed for people over 60 years old. They also inform the community about the services that are available. And then they also let the community know how to communicate with people to get the services when it comes time for them to need them. Wow, the commission does a lot. Yes, yes. And well, it's really great that you're talking about the positions that need to be filled. And for our participants, letting people know, folks, we have to be present, especially in this kind of positions, because our culture isn't going to be seen. People aren't going to know when you make these decisions, which affect lots of us, the entire county. So it's super important that we have representation for both things that you said, Cristina, but then also because this group needs to reflect the community. Also, because nobody understands more about us than us. So we have to be present. We have to be there to do the work, make the decisions, communicate, so that people know that it's available for them. How can we, as a community, participate in the process or the processes of the commission? How can they get involved? Of course, all of the meetings of the Commission of Aging and all of the meetings from the committee are meetings that are open to the public. So anybody that's interested can come to the meetings. Obviously, because of what's happening with COVID-19, we're not having in-person meetings. But anyways, they're still happening every month virtually. So there is a website where you can find all of the information for the county of Milwaukee. And then there is where they tell you how to have access to the meetings. And not just so that you can be present, but also so that you can you can see what they're talking about, what they're discussing, what the systems are. All of that is super important. There's also an option. If you don't have a computer, you can do it via phone. And it's honestly easier to participate now because there's virtual options. So people can see what's happening at the meetings and they can participate from home. It's not necessary for anybody to take care of kids or their parents. So, if you have older people that you're taking care of. So you can participate super easy right from home now. What can you say, Cristina, about what's happening with COVID and its effect on our population? Yeah, of course. We know that we do have on our website that lets us know all of the information and the most up-to-date information. And it also tells us what's happening. So you can go to the Aging Commission of Milwaukee County website, and then you'll see different things. It's important to know that, like you said, the 53215 zip code, like you said to me, we know that the effect has been huge. And we know that there are so many Latinos in that community. So it's super important that we keep it in mind. But we also need to do different things as a department, especially with COVID-19. And we have to implement them quickly, doing things virtually, like when we had to switch to virtually. So our department keeps giving, even though this is happening. Maybe we can't do in-person visits, but we can do visits via video chat or phone. And if there's some specific circumstances in like an abuse case, we have people that work in those cases and they can go if it needs to be investigated immediately. So there are changes because we need to be safe, but we are still serving people all over Milwaukee County. Some things that are happening, like example, transportation that we have. And regarding transportation, we're still doing it, but we're disinfecting the vans. We're using masks when we're doing transportation. And if somebody had a positive test for COVID or has symptoms, then we can give them a ride to get their medical care, and that's free. That's super important. Yes. All of these things we have to implement super quickly. So we're still here giving our services. So now more than ever, because our folks, especially older folks, are much more, they're alone. They don't have resources or help. And so it's even more important that they know that there is help available. Here in the comments, there's a lot of the information in the comments area. You can share or what Cristina has shared. So the webpage for the Commission of the Department of Aging, how to get involved, the application for a position with the Commission, and then all of the information from the Department of Aging. You can investigate everything that Cristina said about transportation. They also help with food. I know all about that if somebody's isolated. And Cristina, if there's a need, to go check on somebody, if they're a suspect of abuse or abandonment, then we have to take advantage of the resources that are available for our folks, especially those that are older, because sometimes they don't know how to navigate things, in this virtual world that we have. Cristina, is there something else that you wanted to share with us about the commission? Yeah, sorry. I also wanted to let you know if you're interested in applying to be a member of the commission, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the procedure of how to do that. So there's one or two ways that you can do it. First, remember that all of the people that want to be a member need to be recommended by the commission president, the aging commission president, and then a recommendation to the county executive. Once that's done, all of the commissions need to review all the information via email, and the executive office of the county does their interviews of those people to see, if anybody is a good fit. Another option is on the web link that you guys already put in the comments. You can fill out a form if you're interested. But anyways, if anybody wants to apply, you need to be assigned by the county executive formally from the commission, and then all of the naming from the commission, from the aging commission, all have to be confirmed by the meeting of the commissioners. So it is a process, but it's something that's important, and the help that they give is so important, and the role that they have is super important. So that's why there is such a process. But they're not alone, right? It sounds complicated, but we're going to let people know that it is a position very important. It's needed to represent folks, and you're not going to be alone. We as employees can help you in the process. And I'm sure Cristina from her end is more than happy to help. That way you don't get lost in the process so that you don't think that it's too difficult. There is a way to participate. And that way, if you need help looking for a recommendation or a question about the executive commission, don't go, to get lost in all of this. If you think that it's just going to be too much, it's really worth it. And then you're going to have help during the process if you're interested. So now let's say hi to Diana. She says late, but I'm here. Yeah, Diana, I say the same thing all the time. Cristina, I know that you're a specialist. I want to invite you to come another day in Spanish. We can talk about your role, what you do with dementia, especially with Latino population. The two areas, 53204 and 53215, mostly Latinos. We have a 70% Latino population in those zones, especially means that we have more than 60,000 people in our area. So there's a lot. And we know that we have done a better job in the community to have resources and to accept the help, because we have, Centro Hispano, we have United Community Senator, and other organizations that now have, options where you can go, where you can receive assistance, where they have, recreation areas, and all that hasn't always been around. So let's make sure that our folks, our older folks, keep enjoying and keep being present in the community. So you're invited to come back another Wednesday. Andrea can coordinate it with you so that you can come back and talk about the theme of dementia if you're available. Yeah, of course. Definitely. I would love to come back, and I'll talk to Andrea about all that. Thank you so much, Cristina. Say hi to everybody in the department for us. Thank you. Goodbye. Well, now we're going to keep going, folks, with lots of information, lots of important information. We know that our population has a lot of people that are older, and we want to make sure that they're taken care of. Hello, Elena. Good to see you. From one Rivera to another. We have an update from COVID-19, and we have a video for you. Are you going to go out? We'll tell you how to use your mask. Make sure that it's adjusted. Make sure it's a quality mask. Do not flip your mask down or over. Take it on and off well. Do not touch the inside part. If it's reusable, wash it with soap and warm water. Take care. Your family's future is better with you in it. Thank you for 16th Street Clinic for sharing that video with us. Now we do have an update from the civic department that we have, starting with a video for voting. When you vote, you use the power of your electoral vote. It tells your community and our nation what you want for our future. Vote414.org is full of information about elections and all the other themes that affect you and your loved ones. Vote 414 can register to vote using our form online in just a few minutes. It's ready in English or Spanish. Just verify your status, find where you can vote, and You can find other information about the elections in your state or local community. There's also an interactive map. Your voice matters and is important. Be part of our democracy. Vote411.org is our tool for all the information about the elections. Come to our website, learn, and make your voice important and heard. Thank you to our civic team for that video. We're going to keep supporting you because it's super important this year for you to vote and participate in the census because that is only every 10 years. And there has been lots of confusion about the final date. The last that we've heard is until the end of the month, but let's do it as soon as we can because there is so much political fighting because the census is so important to the next 10 years. So not everybody wants everybody to get counted. Then there's not enough representation and then we lose out on funds. So it is urgent that everybody participates. Let's show a quick video about the census and then we'll come back in a minute. Good afternoon. I just want to let you know that you can still the last day to finish is October 31st, the end of this month. So we have time, not too much time. So we're focusing on these two areas. We want these orange areas to turn yellow so that we have at least 40%. So if you guys know people that live in that area, first on the top square is between Scott and Lapham, and between 9th and 16th. And the other area is between Beecher and Lincoln from 16th to Muskego. So please talk to your friends, your family, so that we can change these last areas over to yellow. And of course, you can always communicate with us. The link to complete the census is in our comments area. Thank you guys, Gabby. Thanks for the update about what's going on. If you guys know somebody that lives in that area, call them, send them a text, let them know that they need to participate. Also, the census personnel is out, and it's better to do it online rather than having to have somebody at your door, and they're going to keep coming until you get counted. So now our next segment. Maybe you haven't known, today is when we're going to hear the decision about what happened with the police, Joseph Mensah, who killed a young man outside of Mayfair Mall. Supposedly at 3 o'clock, the county fiscal agent was going to talk to the family of Alvin Cole, who was the young man that lost his life that day. So we still don't know what time they're going to announce, but that community is right next to ours, and we've given, of course, our support to the movement so that there's justice with the abuse of the power that the police, that we've seen in the nation and locally too, and with the entire movement. and it's growing. And we have to demand racial and social justice. So we want to know what's happening. So we're going to see when they announce it and if they're going to put any charges, criminal charges, to the police. And there's been a history of them not doing that. So we are worried. We're going to let you know as soon as we know. The other announcement that I wanted to share with you guys, you know that the chief of police, Morales, has left, and then we have an interim chief, Brunson, and they started the process, like we announced here, of looking for a new permanent chief. So they're looking locally and nationally. And they had a few different candidates, and now they're with some finalists. So as soon as we know who those finalists are, we'll find more about that person and we'll share it with you guys. So I just wanted to update you guys on that. Hello, Dulce Martinez. Nice to see you. So we want to remind you guys about what's coming up on the forum. Tomorrow, we're going to have Claire Evers to give us the most recent information about COVID. Let's see what's happening in the area. If we're going to get out of this crisis in 53215, hopefully, because we need to know what's happening. And on Friday, Che Ordóñez will be with us talking about the Human Rights Commission. We don't know too much about them either. We're educating ourselves, everybody at the same time with you guys. It's so important. And now we need to have more representation in those areas like we've seen before. So it's super important to bring all that information to you guys. So don't miss it this next week. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to see what happens with the case from Mensa, Officer Mensa. And then soon we will know who is going to be the new chief police. We also want to remind you guys that we are in solidarity with the families that are on the front lines. You guys are pushing forward with your voice for justice. And for those of you or your friends or family that have had COVID, or if you've lost somebody due to the illness, it's still very serious. And we are thinking of all of you guys. Also, for those of you that participated in the celebration for the 100 episodes of SOC, your masks with the logo right on the front should be showing up soon. And there's also a little postcard from the art that Taylor Herrera made. So it's on its way. You should be receiving it very soon. We want to thank you guys for being with us and remind you to complete the survey. We're going to put the link up and a reminder from Marisol. Has this forum been helpful for you? What part of the forum can we change or make better? Let us know by responding to a quick survey that you'll find in the comments area. And thank you for being with us. Marisol has such a pretty voice. So 3 of you that will please commit to doing the survey today. And we're going to keep adding to all the information that we've already got. It's all super important. Also, thank you for being with us today. And we're going to leave you with a video thanking our partners and sponsors. Hello, SOC viewers. How are you? I am Gabby, manager for civic engagement. And I'm here thanking every one of you guys for being with us in another community forum. Also, thank you for completing our survey. It's always in the comments down below. Also, I want to give a big thanks to all of our sponsors. They are Wisconsin Voices, Community Development Block Grants, Neo Philanthropy State Infrastructure Fund, Movement Voter Project, Catholic Campaign for Human Development, Zilber Foundation, City of Milwaukee Office of Violence Prevention, Tides Foundation, Employ Milwaukee, and all of the faithful individuals who have made personal donations. Thank you. And we'll see you in another forum.